Hey everybody, we're back again for another Thursday edition of Facebook Live. I'm Gary Barnes, GaryBarnesInternational.com. I woke up this morning and I had this topic on my mind of pain. And as most of you know, I create the topics for these episodes the day of. They're not programmed and it's not a schedule. And so it is something that really was on my mind this morning about pain and what to do with it. And the first off is pain sucks. It really does. It's not something that's pleasant. It's never will be. And almost 2 weeks ago, actually 2 weeks from tomorrow, I fell. Now, before I get these sympathy messages, I'm okay. But I did fall and I landed on my side where I think I actually either cracked or broke a rib. And finally, after 2 weeks of being uncomfortable, and in fact, I spoke to my doctor yesterday and forgot to even talk to her about it. But I finally looked it up and said, what is it that is, causing it? Hey, Shelly, thanks for watching. What is it that I could expect from that? And it said 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks. And then on one of them, I think for the Mayo Clinic, it said 8 weeks before something like that heals. And so, hey, Daryl, good to see you here. And so one of the things that pain does, it can create some emotions for us. It can create fear, it can create anger, frustration. But the thing that it does give us is it directs our focus. It's like when we maybe cut a finger, our pinky, and we don't realize how much we use it. I didn't realize just by walking and moving or even laying down at night how I have to adjust to alleviate and reduce the pain to be able to sleep. And so one of the things that, we have in today's society, we have this challenge. The pain points could be money. Many people are really struggling with not being able to work or having a drawback from people being more afraid of investing funds. And when they do, hey, Eric, when that happens, it's that trickle down effect, and we start believing the rhetoric. In fact, I was talking to one of my clients just a little while ago, and they were saying they had realized they had bought in to the news that nobody was buying. And so the pain points can be emotional, it can be psychological, it can be financial, it can be physical. So what do we actually do with it? And Sally, thanks for coming on. So really I wanted to talk about, to address the process of what to do with pain, because I think one of the things that it does give us is that direct focus of what's going on. And so the first thing I would suggest is identify the pain. Where is it coming from? And the challenge is that the pain that we feel may not be where the pain is actually originating. And so let's take the financial. We may be feeling the pain in the revenue stream, but what is it that is causing that? Where has it been coming from? Hey, Brenda, or Brendan, thanks for coming on. Beata, we got a lot of people coming on today. Thank you so much. But in identifying the pain, we can start using the question, what if? And also, what is the alternative? And so if we're solving for the just the stimulus, then we may not be giving ourselves a true course of action that's going to give us a result that we're wanting. And so when we identify the pain, then use that question, what if? Start looking at it of what can we do? Now, for many of us, particularly in business, we have started looking at how can we reach more people even in the virtual world than we were able to do in the physical world. And since we are a world economy, we have a bigger ability to really have a bigger impact as well. And so sometimes it takes coming into new processes like technology. And many of you know I am really not a fan of technology, but it's what we have. And we don't know what's going to be changing later on. And so this is something that is pretty much it's going to be here to stay. But how do we incorporate that? How do we deliver what we have in a process that still benefits the people that we want to connect to and that they want to connect with us? And the thing that is really when we get into these times where we're feeling pain, we're feeling fear, we're feeling this anger, frustration, move. I remember that Tony Robbins had said one time, it's impossible to feel bad if you're moving. And it really goes back to the endorphins and some of the things that we're doing chemically in our bodies when we do this. Now, when we move, it could be also a psychological and emotional move. And what I mean by that is that launch and adjust process. Hi, Jennifer. You know, when we have the launch and adjust, we're actually moving. We're actually taking action. We're taking control of what we can control. And by doing so, we're going to have the ability to see what is working, what the adjustments that we are making that are going to be beneficial not only to us, but to others. Hi, Cher. Um, you know, the ability to have permission to engage and to risk right now is critical. If we have that, we're going to be able to see what is going to be something that will even use after the situations, whatever the adversity is. I mean, in every economy, there is an adversity. We have to adjust to it. And right now, because of the isolation, some of that is becoming a little more profound and a little more difficult psychologically. And in fact, one of the things I wanted to, I will be putting a link in the comments for this Facebook Live. Two of my clients in the last month have had friends that have committed suicide. And when we do that, you know, we have those situations, we have start asking the why questions. And, you know, when we have the ability to reach out and touch people, and not only in the economic, but also, hey, April, but in a personal way, we transcend who we are, what we do, and our reach is actually going to be much greater. And so it's not what we do it for maybe the economic reasons. So it's not a manipulation. But because, you know, the news is talking about we're all in this together. It really is. We all are all in this together. But let's pay attention to each other even on a personal side. Because in the end, that's what's going to be most important. But what I'd like to suggest is really reach out and do the changes, do the adjustments that you have the ability to do right now. And to reach out. If you have any questions, one of the things that I've been doing a lot of, you know, just more give back right now. Hey, Jersey. Yeah, we have Mexico, we have people on the East Coast, West Coast, all over that have joined us today. Um, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. If you have a need, a desire, I have a pretty big resource that I don't take referrals for it, but I love to connect people with those resources. So let's look at the pain that we're in. What is it that is maybe stopping us, getting us stuck? And then because of that, we can look at the what ifs. And if you have an idea, be creative. At this point, let's get away from and use the pain points to stimulate our movement. And, you know, I appreciate each and every one of you. I want to keep these Facebook Lives fairly short, but please, if you have a need, a desire, and any questions, please reach out, Gary at GaryBarnesInternational, spelled out.com. And I appreciate each and every one of you. We will continue this journey together, and, you know, we will come out stronger. And that's the thing that over my lifetime and all the things that have happened and the adjustments that we've made, we have always, always come out stronger. So let's keep moving. Remember, my definition of momentum is not speed, it is movement. So with that, I care about each and every one of you. Reach out. I'll see you next week, next Thursday. And by the way, I'm doing the Facebook Give Back series with people, and it's really, there's no sales involved. Be looking for those. And it's just about information that we can help each and every one of you take those next steps as we move through this process together. So, with that, thank you. And if you're watching live, thank you for being here. If you're watching on the replay, leave a comment, replay, and where you're calling in from. And hey, Renee, you guys are so good. I just appreciate each and every one of you. And we'll see you next week.